5551 Bible. That's 855-51 Bible.
Morning, everybody. Well, nobody at this point. There's nobody on here, but good morning. Good morning. It's a brisk fall day. We're well on our way to winter.
Welcome back, WSBA Morning News.
It's starting to get a little cold in the mornings. It's all good, though. Before you know it, it'll be Christmas, then New Year's, and we'll be counting down the days to spring. So at least that's the way I try and think about it. Makes dealing with makes dealing with the winter a little bit better if you think about it in phases. But anyway, it's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about this morning is what happens when you're giving it your best and your best just doesn't cut it. You've given it your best and you've come up short. You're giving it your best and you continue to fail. You've given it your best and it's just not good enough. At different times throughout my professional career, I've felt this way. And it was tough. I mean, I think the normal reaction sometimes is to say, I'm not able to do this. I can't do this. I've tried. I've given it my best. And I failed. And I think a lot of times that ends up being us quitting. And I've hit those ceilings a few times. And for one reason or another, I was just unwilling to quit. I may have quit that day. I may have quit that week and just kind of, conceded. But I think the difference for me was I then went back and made my best better. Good morning, Philip. Sean Jones, what's up, buddy? Patricia, good to see you this morning. Kathy, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. So what our best is negotiable. Our best is based off of the amount of time and energy that we've put into to becoming the best at what we do, or the best at that particular skill set. But it doesn't mean that we've reached our limitations. It doesn't mean that we've reached the best of our best. So a lot of times, or oftentimes, when we do our best and we fail, to not quit and to revisit your best is how you get to the next level. So what do I mean? Oftentimes that means you've given it your best effort, you applied all your resources, you've done everything you know how to do. But the reality is that you don't know everything. There's more information out there. Sometimes it just requires more practice. Maybe you haven't connected or worked with the right person. You haven't hired the right person. You haven't found the right job or the right situation. Or sometimes the timing's just not right. Like getting into a particular business or starting a particular business can be easier or more difficult based on the economy. I mean, if you think about that today, to start a restaurant business today would be difficult. And a lot of people that are in that business have done their best and failed with the restrictions and COVID. And then they had to level up and their best became better than it was before. And now they're able to make it through. And of all things, I mean, there couldn't be anything more challenging than running a small business bar or restaurant right now. But it's forced those folks to better their best. So if you've tried your best and you still came up short, don't quit. Make your best better. Read a book. Find a mentor. Try again. Be humble enough to admit what you did wrong, because even though you did your best, there's probably things that happened during that exchange or during that experiment or during that job or during that business that you did incorrectly. And if you're simply humble enough to learn from those lessons, sometimes it's just the third or fourth or fifth. Why do you think they say third time's the charm? Because sometimes it's the first or second time that we screwed up or did something wrong, even though we did our best. And now the third time we do it, our best is better. So just because you did your best and failed doesn't mean that you should give up. But what you have to do is work on making your best better. You can't go back and do the exact same thing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times and anticipate a different result. What you have to do is go back, give it your best 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 times, but each time your best should get better. So then by the 10th time, when you give it your best and you actually make that breakthrough, or you get that job, or you get that big bonus, or you meet your sales goal, or whatever it is, I promise you, when you look back and you compare your best today with your best when you started, your best today is going to be way better than your best when you first started. So just keep that in mind. Everybody's got their plate full right now. There's challenges at every turn. I would just encourage you. I mean, certainly for our business, we've had a ton of challenges. Growth always comes with pain. We have growing pains. We're hiring half a dozen people right now. So that's exciting, and growth is exciting. For us, we're hiring a little bit too late. We probably should have hired these folks 6 months ago or 7 months ago. So it means that we're working through a tough patch right now, and everybody's really doing 110, 125% of what they would normally have to do just to keep up with our workload. And that costs money. You make mistakes, particularly in real estate. When you make mistakes, it normally translates to a loss of profit. It can be hard on your staff. So I've had to work really, really, really hard. My best has gotten better with supporting our people, because I'm asking them to do more than they've ever had to do. And anyway, I hope that's finds whoever it is that might need to hear that right now. If you're failing or you keep coming up short and you're doing your best, I know what that feels like. You're like, listen, I gave it everything I had and I still came up short. How could I possibly win? And what you have to do is go back and not work on anything other than increasing your best. Make your best better. Then the next time you give it your best, you got a better chance of winning. So I hope that makes sense. It's really about evolving and learning and growing and developing. For me, that's required reading books, networking and connecting with people that are more advanced than I am, or for me, it's been a lesson. My focus has been leadership for about the last 2 years. And that for me, I've always done my best when it came to working hard and being available and responding to emails and being the first person at the office and working the hardest. But my best, that version of my best, wasn't going to get us to where we needed to go. So I had to make my best better, which for me required working on leadership. So just think about that next time you give it your all and you come up short. How can you make your best effort better? And a lot of times it's adding something to your tool belt that you don't currently have. Because if you use all of your resources and you do your best and you fail, you have to accumulate more resources. And a lot of times that starts here, being smarter, wiser, more patient, learning from our mistakes, and sometimes learning something new that we didn't know before that'll make us better prepared the next time we come up against that challenge. So don't quit, get better so that your best is better than it was the last time you tried. And I think you'll have a breakthrough. Don't give up. We'll see you. Take care.